Have you ever wondered what happens to your old toys? The ones you loved, the ones you confided in, the ones that shared your childhood secrets. Most get packed away, forgotten in dusty attics or sold off to new homes. But what if one of them remembered? What if it never forgot you? Our story begins with a familiar, happy scene. A little boy named Leo and his best friend, a plush bear named Barnaby. Barnaby wasn't just any toy. He had a little voice box. When you squeezed his paw, he'd say, "I'm your best friend, Leo." Leo took Barnaby everywhere. They were inseparable, two halves of a whole, sharing adventures in the backyard and secrets under the covers. Then, one rainy afternoon, tragedy struck. A terrible accident, and just like that, Leo was gone. The house fell silent. Leo's laughter no longer echoed through the halls. For his heartbroken family, every object in his room was a painful reminder, especially Barnaby, who sat silently on the shelf, his button eyes staring into the empty room. Years passed. The grief softened into a dull, constant ache. Eventually, Leo's parents decided it was time to move, to start fresh. They held a garage sale, packing up a lifetime of memories into cardboard boxes. Among the old clothes and board games sat Barnaby the bear, waiting for a new home. That's when a young woman named Clara saw him. She was a collector of vintage toys, and there was something about the bear's worn fur and gentle expression that called to her. She bought him, took him home, and placed him on a shelf in her cozy apartment, surrounded by other forgotten treasures. A few nights later, as Clara was reading in bed, a faint sound drifted from the shelf, a whisper, so soft she thought she'd imagined it. She listened closer. It came again, a fragile electronic voice. "Leo?" Clara froze. She picked up the bear, her heart starting to pound. She squeezed his paw. Nothing. The voice box was broken, just as the seller had told her. She put it back, her mind racing. Maybe it was the wind, or the old building settling. She tried to dismiss it, but every night the same thing happened. A faint, sad whisper in the dark. Leo. It was a whisper of longing, of a memory that refused to die. Clara started to feel a creeping unease. The bear wasn't just an object. It felt like a vessel, holding on to a grief that wasn't its own. One evening, driven by a mix of fear and curiosity, she decided to confront it. She sat on the floor in front of the shelf, the room lit only by a single lamp. "Who's Leo?" she asked the silence. The apartment was still. She waited, her breath held tight in her chest. Then, the whisper came, clearer this time, seeming to emanate directly from the bear. "Leo, my best friend." A cold dread washed over Clara. This was impossible. The toy's batteries were long dead. It shouldn't be able to make a sound. She reached out a trembling hand and picked up Barnaby, looking into his glassy button eyes. And as she stared, two tiny pinprick red lights began to glow from within those dark eyes. The electronic voice spoke again, no longer a faint whisper, but a clear, chilling statement that filled the silent room. "I missed you. What do you think? Was it just a malfunction, a ghost in the machine, or did a piece of a little boy's love get left behind in his favorite toy, waiting forever for a friend who would never return?" Let me know your theories in the comments below. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more tales from the shadows. Thanks for watching and stay curious.